Ever thought of Greece as just myths and ancient ruins? Think again. Dive with me into the riveting journey of Greece. From its ancient civilizations to the tumultuous events of World War II. Greetings everyone. Today, we'll traverse Greece's rich history, starting from the birth of the Cretan civilization, through the rise and fall of city-states like Athens and Sparta, the conquests of Alexander the Great, and onto the Roman and Ottoman dominations. If you find this video interesting, please support us by hitting the like button. Now, let's get started. Around 2600 BC, the Cretan or Minoan civilization, one of the earliest in the region, emerged in what is now Greek territory. The Cretan civilization flourished on the island of Crete, the largest island in the Aegean Sea, where the Grand Palace of Knossos was constructed in the northern part. The structure of this palace is intricate, with some suggesting influences from Egyptian architecture. After the Cretan or Minoan civilization, the Mycenaean civilization expanded significantly, gaining control over most of the Aegean world. However, around 1200 BC, the Mycenaean civilization gradually began to decline. And for about 400 years thereafter, there were almost no traces of the civilization, such as written materials or ruins, and the period was shrouded in mystery. This period is known as the Dark Ages. After the end of the Dark Ages, around 800 BC, city-states, called polis, began to emerge in the Greek lands. Athens and Sparta were the largest of these polis. Around the 7th century BC, Athens had established an autocratic government with a powerful aristocracy. However, as the citizens became wealthy from trade in the Mediterranean, and became active in the military, Athens gradually began to demand a democratic government. While Draco is known for his written laws, it was Solon who laid the groundwork for Athenian democracy. At that time, there were no written laws in Athens, and punishments were decided according to ancient customs. Draco, recognizing the need for clarity, codified these laws to ensure fairness between the nobles and the commoners. Around the same time, the vast state of Achaemenid Persia emerged near Greece. Achaemenid Persia and Athens started a war called the Persian Wars, over the area called Miletus. In the significant Battle of Marathon during the Persian Wars, the Greeks, numbering about 10,000 troops, squared off against a vastly larger Persian force. Although outnumbered, the Greeks won the victory over the Persians by skillfully deploying a force called heavy infantry. Incidentally, the term marathon is believed to have been coined after a messenger ran to Athens to announce this victory. The war between Persia and Greece continued, but the Greeks ultimately emerged victorious. After their victory in the Persian War, Athens began to dominate other city-states and steadily expanded its influence. Sparta felt threatened by Athens. Then, Athens and Sparta gradually confronted each other, and a war broke out. This is the Peloponnesian War. This war ended with the victory of Sparta, because Athens was outnumbered due to the spread of plague in Athens. After the Peloponnesian War, the Kingdom of Macedonia, in northern Greece began its rapid expansion. Having acquired a strong power, Macedonia entered the Greek lands and increasingly dominated the polis. Around this time, a formidable leader ascended the throne of Macedonia, Alexander the Great. With his overwhelming power, Alexander the Great led his army to attack Achaemenid Persia in order to expand his dominion. Using clever tactics, he broke through the Persian defenses and decimated the Achaemenid forces. Alexander the Great continued to advance his armies and spread his dominions to Iran, Afghanistan, and Pakistan. In 326 BC, Alexander the Great fell ill and died in Babylon, though the exact cause of his death remains a subject of debate. The vast area ruled by Alexander the Great was then divided into three parts: Seleucid Syria, Antigonos Macedonia, and Ptolemaic Egypt. At the end of Alexander the Great's reign, Greece was ruled by Antigonos Macedonia. At this time, however, Rome was rapidly expanding its power, especially in the Italian peninsula. Rome, which was expanding its territory, and Antigonos Macedonia, which controlled the Balkan Peninsula, gradually began to confront each other, and a war broke out. This is called the Macedonian War. The Macedonian War lasted a total of 4 times, resulting in the Roman victory. As a result, Macedonia and other parts of Greece were ruled by the Romans. Rome continued to make great strides, conquering Seleucid Syria and Ptolemaic Egypt and incorporating them into its territory. As Rome's influence expanded, it faced a monumental challenge: the impending breakup of the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire broke up. In 395, it was decided that the Roman Empire, which had grown too large, would be divided into East and West. This created the Western Roman Empire and the Eastern Roman Empire. The Eastern Roman Empire, also called the Byzantium Empire, flourished with Constantinople as its capital. By this time, Christianity had fully spread throughout Rome. But the division of Rome into East and West led to a change in thinking in the Christian world between the East and West. The religious landscape was divided, with Roman Catholicism, led by the Pope in the West, and Greek Orthodoxy, centered in Constantinople, in the Byzantine East. In the 11th century, the Seljuk dynasty, an Islamic Turkic empire, rose to power in Western Asia. The Byzantine Empire and the Seljuks gradually came into conflict with each other, and a war broke out in 1071. The Byzantine Empire lost to the Seljuks in the Battle of Manzikert, leading to the Seljuks gaining territory in Anatolia. In the midst of this situation, a nation was born in Western Asia. That state was the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire steadily increased its military power, first occupying various parts of the Balkan Peninsula. In 1453, Mehmed II of the Ottoman Empire laid siege to Constantinople, leading a formidable army that historians estimate to have been around 100,000 men. The Byzantine Empire resisted desperately, but eventually fell, and the Byzantine Empire, which had existed for more than 1,000 years, was destroyed. The Ottoman Empire replaced the Byzantine Empire, and came to dominate the Balkan Peninsula and the Greek region. Constantinople also became known as Istanbul. When the ruler changed to the Ottoman Empire, European nations, apprehensive of the Ottoman Empire's growing influence, banded together and launched several campaigns against the Ottomans. Greece, which was under the control of the Ottoman Empire, was of course involved in these wars. During the Great Turkish War, which commenced in 1683, the Parthenon, then used as a gunpowder storage, suffered a catastrophic explosion. The Parthenon has undergone various restoration efforts over the centuries, but it has never been fully reconstructed to its original state. Greece had been ruled by the Ottoman Empire for a long time, but in the 18th century, a trend toward independence from the Ottoman Empire emerged. There were 2 main reasons for this trend. First, neoclassicism, in which British and French intellectuals re-evaluated the art and philosophy of ancient Greece and Rome, became popular. The second reason is the French Revolution that took place in France. At the end of the 18th century, the French Revolution established national sovereignty and nationalism. The belief that each ethnic group should form its own nation was on the rise. The rise of neoclassicism and nationalism started a trend in Greece to create an independent state by the Greeks. In 1821, galvanized by the secret society Philiki Eteria, the Greeks ignited a revolution against the Ottoman Empire, marking the beginning of their pursuit of independence. Although the Greek Revolution itself was a small-scale one, it triggered people to rise up in various parts of Greece and started the War of Independence. However, the various factions participating in the War of Independence had diverse views on independence and were not united. As a result, achieving independence from the Ottoman Empire was a difficult task. However, this situation changed drastically when the great powers intervened. At the beginning of the Greek War of Independence, the European powers did not support Greece, but Britain, France, and Russia intervened in the Greek War of Independence to expand their power in the eastern Mediterranean Sea out of mutual concern. As expected, the Ottoman Empire could not win against the 3 great powers, England, France, and Russia, and decided to give up Greece. In 1830, Greece was finally able to become an independent state, although it was still a protectorate of Great Britain, France, and Russia. In the 20th century, an alliance was formed among Greece, Serbia, Bulgaria, and Montenegro, led by Russia, for the purpose of defense against Austria and the Ottoman Empire. This is called the Balkan League. Then, in 1911, when the Ottoman Empire started a war with Italy, the Balkan League took this as an opportunity to declare war on the Ottoman Empire and launched an attack. This is called the First Balkan War. The Balkan League achieved victory, partly because the Ottoman Empire was diverting its forces to the war against Italy. As a result, the war ended in 1913 as a victory for the Balkan League, and the Ottoman Empire ceded most of its territory in the Balkans to the Balkan League. However, a war broke out within the Balkan League over the division of Macedonia from the transferred territory. This war is called the Second Balkan War. Greece and Serbia jointly attacked Bulgaria, while the Ottoman Empire and Romania also attacked Bulgaria, hoping to regain their territories. Surrounded by enemies, Bulgaria suffers a crushing defeat, and a peace treaty is signed. As a result, Greece gained large territories, including southern Macedonia, and its land area doubled in size. World War I erupted in 1914. Initially, Greece adopted a neutral stance. Yet, lured by Britain's offer of the western part of the Anatolian Peninsula, Greece aligned with the Allies. When World War I ended in 1918, Greece was able to become one of the victorious countries. And in 1939, the Second World War began, and initially, Greece maintained a neutral stance. However, when Italy launched a military invasion of Greece, Greece joined the Allied side and participated in this war. Later, however, Germany also launched an invasion of Greece, and in no time at all of Greece was occupied. The German occupation policy was harsh, and more than 200,000 people died of starvation within a period of about a year, due to forced deprivation of food and other necessities. Yet, the Greek populace did not remain passive in the face of adversity. Resistance movements sprouted across Greece, though tensions arose among different factions. While the Normandy landings in 1944, spearheaded by the United States, the United Kingdom, and Canada, were pivotal, the broader context of the Eastern Front and the Soviet Union's role also played a significant part in pushing back the Germans. World War II concluded in 1945 with an Allied victory, allowing Greece to reclaim its territory. However, after the war, Greece was plunged into a civil war due to growing conflicts among resistance groups. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insightful content. Take care and see you in the next video. Goodbye.